It was an unusual accident in Norfolk. It took the life of an elderly man.
79-year-old Starlin Jim Collins of Portsmouth died after he was impaled by a fence pole. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara spoke to his family tonight. Ann.
Nicole, family tells me that just behind us is where Jim Collins spent many a day doing what he loved, working at the family business. It was driving from here that he got in that terrible accident.
It's just unbelievable.
The family of 79-year-old Jim Collins remembers he always kept himself busy with labors of love.
He would build like toy boxes. When my children were all born and little, he built each one of them a toy box, and he built his grandchildren now wooden stuff.
And when Collins wasn't at work in his garage, he was at his real job in Norfolk.
He owned his own business, Dixie Equipment, over in Norfolk. He worked every day. He just loved going to work.
Every day, Collins drove his pickup truck down 27th Street to get back home. Wednesday, his routine ride came to a screeching halt. Police say Collins' truck crashed into a fence, his body impaled by one of the poles. At home, his widow waited and wondered.
The Norfolk police officers came to her door to tell her that her husband of 45 years had been killed on his way home from work that day. She was wondering where he was at 8 o'clock when he hadn't gotten home yet.
Collins' nephew writes, "My Uncle Jim was a great man, uncle, husband, and since I never had a grandfather, he was like one to me. There's a lot of things I could say about him, but most of all, he was very kind and loving." And while family members try to erase the gruesome details of his death, they remember the spirit of the man affectionately known by grandchildren, nieces, and nephews simply as Papa.
Always full of life, just enjoyed everything he did.
As you can imagine, this is especially devastating for the family because the holidays are just around the corner. I want to share something else his nephew shared with me. It's a holiday memory. He said, quote, "This whole situation is still unbelievable to me. The only thing that keeps coming to mind is years ago during Christmas, we all took a picture lying on our backs in a circle, my papa and all my cousins. I will never forget that moment. I miss him very much." That was Kyle Donker, Mr. Collins' nephew, and of course, I'm sure they'll be thinking about that this year. Reporting live, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.